Hello everyone, hello. Today I want to go into some details and just to remind ourselves that this word discipline is very important for our discussion here. And just as a reminder, we said discipline is training that develops self-control, character, efficiency. Discipline is the result of such training and orderly conduct. Discipline is submission to legitimate authority, submission to legitimate control. Discipline is a particular system of rules or methods, as for a monastic order. Discipline is treatment that corrects or punishes. Treatment that corrects or punishes when their discipline is not there. As I said earlier, there are many words that can be used, and I just chose those few because as we go along, we want to show how lack of discipline, lack of discipline, results in the signs that we see in schools. Having said that, I'd like also to repeat for the benefit of making sure that we are all on one page, that the instances, the examples we are looking at slowly pinpoint the role of the various sources of indiscipline that we mentioned. Various sources of indiscipline. And according to me, we started with the parents, then the teachers, then the education officials, then administrators in government. We went on and ended with the peers. And we said there are two types of peer pressure, positive and negative. And we also said that it is in a descending order of influence, that list that we gave. And as we look at examples, then we want to look at and see the roles of each and every one of these people in cases of indiscipline. And the observable things we see about the lack of discipline, burning of schools, sexual immorality among the youth, lesbianism, homosexuality, witchcraft in schools, all these things, plus the other offenses that are written in school rules and schools notes for guidance to students, they all come from lack of discipline. And then we want to see the sources of each particular case. Secondly, we have said the examples that we give, there are so many, numerous, but we have mixed up things here and there so that particular parents, particular teachers, particular education officials, particular government officials, are not very, very clear, are not clear at all. So we have mixed up things, but all of them are things that happen and have happened and are recorded. I'll start with one case of, we have called it the innocent drug addict. The innocent drug addict. And as we give this example, and I've told you that it is all mixed up, and the institutions where these things happen maybe are also numerous. There was this girl who was a very nice young girl, just joined Form 1, and very nice girl, church going very well from home, and because she was a very nice girl, there are so many things within her that were hidden, and it took a long time to find out. She had a lot of petty offenses, which people ignored because it was difficult to believe that this would be so and so. And eventually the parents were called by the school administration, and the administration suspected, because of the behavior, as I've told you, teachers know these things. Because of the behavior, it was suspected that she was into drugs, although it could not be pinpointed clearly. But just to warn the parents and make them very watchful. Unfortunately, the parents became very violent, refused to hear such words, and the administration let the matter go. But this thing went on and on, until eventually what came out after a long time was that it is true she was into drugs. She had started in class 4 in primary school, and you know, these many kiosks which sell things to children at the gates of primary schools. And eventually it was discovered that that's where she started. And by the time she was reaching secondary school, far from that place, she was an expert. Not only in drug abuse, but also she had perfected and been trained on how to get money, because the drugs she was using were very expensive. And it came to light that they had rented an apartment in one of the estates of that particular town, and they were paying a lot of money for that place and doing prostitution 2 nights per week. Not 2 whole nights, but they would become very sick on Friday, and they would get legitimate permission to go home, to be taken by the parent, and then they would do the prostitution they did for 2-3 days. So they are not at home and they are not at school, and that is how they made a lot of money, and they were able to take drugs. And these things happen, and they are not doing it on them or on their own. They have a group, or they had a group. So it is very important that the parents, when the teacher calls you and tells you the things are like this and this and that, please take note, take very serious note, because this thing would not have happened. And it tells you how the parent has been treating the kids from childhood. The kid knows that when she is accused of something, she really makes a lot of noise and cries and yells, and the parents are, around her and telling the teachers, you are talking lies about my daughter. So that is one very nice looking kid, very nice, innocent looking kid. And there are very, very many in the schools. And they recruit. They are taught to recruit more members. And they know where they keep these things. So parents, you are number one source of the indiscipline. Because if the parent was strict, that thing would not have gone past primary school. That thing would not have gone long, nearly 6 months in secondary school. The teachers noticed quickly and informed the parents, but the parents rejected. Unfortunately, the teachers had no